Okay, well, hello everyone. This is Dr. Peter with Aortic Warriors. We're here to talk about our upcoming Aortic Warriors Walk 2019. Here we have Lexie Williams. She leads the team Morro up in Morro Bay, California. This is Lexie's third year doing the walk with us. Lexie, thank you for taking time to do this interview with us. Can you share with us your motivation of doing this 3 years in a row?
My husband is a survivor of an aortic dissection. He had a dissection on his 53rd birthday almost 6 years ago.
Okay.
And survived. And I had joined the Aortic Warriors Facebook page just to kind of to see how other people are dealing with it and such. And then 3 years ago, I saw about the walk, and I signed up for a walk for up in Folsom, California, and then you contacted me to say there was no leader for it, and I realized that I could lead a walk, and I didn't have to go to Folsom. I could stay here in beautiful Morro Bay. So I put together a team. There were 6 of us last year, or 2 years ago, that walked, and 16 last year, and I'm shooting for at least 26 this year. I figured 10 years each year I'll gain 10 people, if not more.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you so much for joining this walk with us again. Now, knowing what you know now about our condition, what would you say to someone who's never heard of it?
Well, to make sure if my husband thought he was having a heart attack, and I took him to the local hospital. They did the EKG. He had done some heavy lifting. He was a contractor, and the doctor was like, well, maybe you pulled something, maybe you're stressed, maybe this, but I'm going to run a CAT scan on you, and that found the dissection, and that saved his life. So I would say, make sure you get that aorta checked if you're in the pain, or if they're not puzzled and they're not sure, because it's not normally checked. I think it's getting to be more and more, though.
Yes.
And just being awareness.
Yes. I think just because the heart issue happens so much more often, that the aortic issue is often overlooked because it's kind of rare. And because that it mimics other things such as acid reflux, neck strain, these things that does not seem to have anything to do with the aorta, it's often overlooked, right?
Yeah.
So even when I went to the ER, my EKG was fine. So they never looked at that area again. So just because your EKG is fine doesn't mean your aorta is fine. So that's why we're here to kind of educate the world about not just the heart, check your aorta too. And I think that's on the back of our shirt. So right now we all have our little global walk shirt on, and the back says not just the heart, check your aorta too. So what would you say we've shared with us the best part of being a team leader?
Being the team leader, it's just really neat to get people together, handing out the pamphlets that you give us and talking to people along the walk. 2 years ago, I actually ran into a gal that, like 2 months prior, had lost her husband to a aortic dissection. Wow. Something that they had never heard about. I had no idea, and I hugged and I cried with her, and she thanked me. She thanked me for having been people aware, because she had no idea, and when it happened to my husband, we had no idea what was going on. It's just a lot of fun. It's just been a really good fun time. And the love I get from the community I've gotten, and from my friends I've gotten, and family, and the donations, people are really good about doing donations. I myself have always done this on a Facebook event page. I invite everybody I know practically, and there's a handful that join me, and there's a handful that donate, and it's an easy way to communicate. It makes me feel good, and the love we get from people is really touching.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And we're basically changing the world through the grassroots, through our community, through talking to people, passing out these postcards. In case those of you who've never done the walk with us, this is what the postcard looks like. These famous people: Albert Einstein, Lucille Ball, John Ritter, and the most recent Alan Thicke. They all have one thing in common, and the back explains what is aortic dissection, because all these people, famous people, pass away from this condition. So this is what all of our participants get to pass out. We'll be sending this to all of our participants. One hand to educate the people, one hand to really educate the community. Because again, if we don't let other people know, if we don't push this information out there, nobody else is doing it. And being a survivor myself, I want to help other people so they don't go through the same thing I did. And Lexie here also the same thing. Her husband went through it, and here she is a caregiver, and she's putting her effort to try to educate the people. And it's kind of we're doing something that's bigger than all of us, right?
Yeah.
So it's like she's stepping out of her comfort zone, trying to recruit people to walk with us, and also do some fundraising, all for the purpose of saving more lives. So thank you for that. And last thing, what would you say is the most challenging of being a team leader?
Well, being on it, keeping on it and getting recruiting and hitting up my family and hitting up my friends. But it's really a big challenge actually for the rewards we get from it. And it's, it's not a really hard thing to do. Even if there's just 6 of us, we're still handing out 60 flyers.
Yes.
And hopefully those people are telling 4 people. And, and it's like, it is a grassroots thing and stuff. And I just would like to thank you. And I know you have a core of people helping you with coordinating everything. And that's really wonderful too.
Yes. I would say in the past, this will be our 4th year doing it. So in the past 4 years, past 3 years, I would say total, we've passed out probably, let's see here, 3, 4, maybe 4,000 to 5,000 postcards. So effectively, that would be 4,000 families across the world that now knows, that has this postcard, that now they know about aortic dissection that never heard of before, and I've heard stories like what you just said about how meeting other people who's lost loved ones to this and they've never heard of it, and here we are, trying to spread the word. So. Again, thank you very much for your time. Lastly, I just want to thank Pam and Sean for being the event coordinator this time, the walk coordinator. And Jeremy Kim is also in the background helping us with all the tallying and all the fundraising collection and stuff like that, updated website. So a lot of people are in the background volunteering their time. Thank you all for this. And for those who are looking at possibly becoming a team leader, just kind of motto Lexie. And it could just be 5 people, right? This could be 5 people, and each person pass out 10 postcards. That's 50 people in that community that is now educated about aortic dissection. So, again, thank you, Lexie. Any last thing you want to say before we go?
Just I hope you guys and thank you for doing this, and I'll send you pictures.
Yes, for sure, pictures and videos, so we can put them on next year's video. All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Lexie. You have a good night.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.